made the stupid decision to take the fridge out, and while we were there we thought we'd look in the inspection hatch down there. Just point your torch in it. It's got loads of water in, which we're not sure where it's coming from, but I don't know. Another blooming job. That is the first half bucket of water that's come out from under the floor, and there's still a lot more to come. I need to try and find out where this is coming from. Okay, so currently situation is, oh, you can't see that, got the torch on, is flannel in there to get the water, tip it in the bucket. And one of us has to stand on that side of the boat, you see how much water's in there, to tip the water into that side, and it's absolutely blooming freezing because it's about -2. Or maybe 1 degrees actually. I'm fibbing. Right then, my hand's cold. Okay then, that's the next lot. Look at that. That's all under our floor where it shouldn't be. Bloody hell. We've opened this inspection hatch and there's water in there as well, but there doesn't seem to be water in this section. So we're trying to narrow down where the leak's coming from, or where the water's getting in. Chris has got his trusted wet and dry hoover. If you own a boat, buy a wet and dry hoover. And we're going to suck the rest of the water out of there. Right, Chris is going outside to stand on the gunnel. So, sorry, going to be rubbish camera work. To see how much water's coming over this side. So you can see that Right, so that's about full, so we're going to empty that and then get some more out. Honestly, this is ridiculous. We've pulled the washing machine out. Chris is currently in there looking at the pipes. We don't think it's coming from there because, I don't know, it's just, you kind of would expect, even though there was a lot of water, perhaps even more water if it was coming from the washing machine. Now we do have this drip coming out of this hatch, and that's the little bit that's coming out now and it's not raining heavy. So we are wondering whether over time that's just dripped down there and down and along in there, which could have done, but it was a lot of water. So anyway, we're just trying to eliminate everything. Today we think we have sort of solved the hatch leak. So we've put a load of silicone outside on the lip. I'll show you that at some point. What is it? Sikaflex, not silicone. Horrible black sticky stuff. It's horrible. So we've done that, but as a consequence, we couldn't tighten that up last night when we had heavy rain because of the Sikaflex. But we've only had tiny spots of water in the buckets as opposed to about that much that we had in yesterday before we did the Sikaflex. And all this, where you see it's been dripping, all that's dry now. So stage 1 of leak done. And now next stage is varnishing the wood for the doors so that we can put all that back together. So that, look at that lovely colour of that. Yeah, it does look nice grain of the wood, isn't it? So this is marine ply, which is a lot more expensive. But honestly, we've gone with thinking, oh, should we just get the cheaper stuff? But get marine ply, because when you have condensation like we've had on the boat this week, you need marine ply, else you're going to be very soon replacing it all. So that's our top tip.
Yeah, a nice bit of yacht board.
Yep, yeah, we've got that one sat in. Very nice. This is where we are with the covers. So these have all been taken off, scrubbed to within an inch of the life. The spider colony wasn't very happy, but they've been relocated. But yeah, so where are we with these? They've all been cleaned. Just doing this one here, this door panel, and the skirt down there is drying. This will all be painted blue at some point. So yeah, pretty pleased with that. It's taken us all day to clean them all properly, but well worth it. And then we've got to waterproof them next, but that'll be tomorrow's job. From the outside look. So we've tried to make sure all the velcro's really tight. I've just come out of there while that's open, just so it can all dry properly before we waterproof it. That's the bow all done. Just needs fastening up, all the mess getting out. Still got to finish these jobs before that can go. Final door and our boat covers being jet washed, ready to re-waterproof. Beautiful sunny day. What will be all nice and tidy again. Just one final video of the waterproofed covers, which are fabulous, and the water just runs off them now, so that was well worth doing, and they just look so much better. So much better than they did before, and importantly it'll keep them going for many more years. Oh look, a wanderer has returned with beer just as I'm doing the videos. Let me show you down the rest of the boat. Roof's still looking fabulous. I'll show you these, ignore the mess in the bow. Now we're back on the cut, everything's in there. That's the bow that's been re-waterproofed as well. It's got a few little bits to touch up down there. Yeah, very happy. Right, time for coffee. The doors are in situ, and we're just a misgivy out there. It's just about to put the glue on.
Brains of the operation.
No, I'm not sure about that.
Brawn.
Well, not sure about that either. Yeah, so he's going to glue onto the metal sides of the doors to hopefully fix them in place. And then once that's all set, we'll have the one on the roof hatch to do, and then put all this wood back, and then it'll have to be sanded and varnished again, and this bit put on and painted white. Oh, here we go. Right, here we go, putting the glue on, trying to stick to the same pattern. It's a glorious day, look at this, eh? Spring has well and truly sprung. The clamp is going on to hold it in place like the glue set, and then I can do the next piece. Hand clamp. Oh, spaces for that. Spacer's not going in at the top now. Oh, that's it.
When it open.
What's up?
The spaces out. Right.
that all right?
We're keen on opening.
Momentous occasion. The locks are going back on the duck hatch, and
Not going back on the new
well,
ones.
the new ones, yeah. But we haven't had any locks on while we've been redoing the duck hatch. I don't know what I've already filmed because everything's gone, you know, a bit weird with one thing and another. So I will show you what we've done. So new wood, this is all new wood, all the other stuff came off, I've probably shown that. And now we're just at a point where the wood's going back on, the trim's going back on, that still needs another coat and then that'll be fitted. And locks are going on. We've got some nice locks to go up here as well, more wood to go across there. But yeah, it's getting there. Locks are on, those two, and now we're just about to drill the holes there for those to sink into. So we should look.
Can you see them all?
I can't on there, but you might be able
Let's
to.
test one.
Look at that. Just doing the tester. It needs to come in a bit more, doesn't it? Oh, yeah, that works.
There's opening
Just
up
a bit
a
more,
tad.
doesn't it? Yeah. After much faffing, the locks are in place down here. They're all nice, a little bit stiff, but they're brand new. And then these ones are in place up here. So they unscrew and pull out. But twofold really. Security, because that's an opening obviously to outside. And also all the leaks we've had. We're hoping that'll create a much more sealed unit for the future for no leaks. So now that was a real faff. Got to the last screw and it just sheared off twice. But anyway, it's all done. So now it's time to fit the trims on. As you see, that's a bit loose. So trims need fitting and here. Trim in there. And then this needs painting white again. Put all this back in place and then we'll consider it hatch done. This is the duck hatch completely finished. Look how beautiful it looks. All the trims are on. It's all been varnished. Looks fabulous, doesn't it? So much better. And so far no leaks, which is the most important thing. These little handles work really well and keep it very secure, which also is as important as it not leaking. Very pleased with that. So as he's been cleaning out, he's just found layers and layers of paint at the bottom, which is scraped out.
On this one, look. You can see it there, how it was.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So once I've cleaned out the angle grinder and got a bit of rust treatment on, it's
Yeah.
come up alright, I reckon.
Right, well, I'll leave you to work and I will supervise from inside with a coffee.
You're not going to manage without it.
I don't think you will.
Jesus. Not waiting time.
Bye.
Quick progress report. Lockers painted out. Prep done. Ready for paint. Here we go, first coat. Quite pleased with that, to be honest.
This is the aftermath of all the jobs. So we're just in big tidy mode at the moment. So let's show you the lockers and the stern doors that have been painted. Are you ready? Da, 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 da. Look at that shine. It's so shiny, look, you can see the reflection of everything. Doesn't that look good? Looks like a new boat. They look fantastic. So Chris has cleaned all these out, look, they've all had treatment, painted them with, is it like a locker paint you've used?
I did rust treatment, then red oxide, then the locker.
Look at that.
Belgian locker paint.
Don't they look good? I mean, you'd have to work very hard to get all that pitting out, but it doesn't really matter because they're storage units really. So, and we're just considering ordering some new pieces of wood for the top rather than them horrible metal lids that they've got. So we'll have to see if we've got time. But yeah, look at that finish. Still got these to paint if anyone spots it, but we've had to wait till we can take the covers down. But all that's been done. All these are back on. Still got the hatch to do. That's the next job. But yeah, don't they look fabulous? Be nice to look at these when we're cruising instead of what they look like before. Yeah, we won't be able to go near it. An exciting day as the new locker lids have arrived. Now, don't they look better than those horrible heavy lids that were just a real struggle, and sometimes we've slipped on them when climbing back onto the boat when in a lock. So this has got anti-slip surface on there, and they just lift off just like that. Look, so easy, so much better to access everything, and they look absolutely wonderful. Really chuffed. We used, I think it's called Cut My Timber or something to get those, and they've been absolutely brilliant. A few little things we still need to tweak. We want to change those, and we'll probably get a new electric point there. Did I show you this? I can't remember. We've put a new that's the way it goes, a new waterproof socket outside, which switch it off, which works really well for sort of charging things when we're out and about. So that's really handy. And if you remember, that was the access point for the solar, so it was sort of used the holes that were there, which is very good. Yeah, coming on nicely, isn't it?